Well, what's going on, guys? This is your boy Luis, and as always, thanks for tuning in to another episode. If you guys tuned into last week's episode, you guys saw that for the life of me, I cannot figure out what the hell is going on with the Supra. At 156 degrees, when the car gets up to operating temperature, around operating temperature, I just lose all primary trigger signal. So meaning the crank sensor is losing signal, or I have a faulty sensor for whatever reason at a certain temperature, it just loses signal. So that being said, I really need to get this car to get it tuned. But I cannot do that if I have issues like that going on, because the last thing I want is for certain issues like that to happen while we're on the dyno. That's a big no-no. That only means more money out of my pocket, and we do not want that. So that being said, let's get into this video. So on this log here, you guys could see here, here's where I initially lost basically all signal. So I lost primary here, no sync, and that was at around 156 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what the hell's going on, guys. From here, try to start it. That's all it does. And it will not start until the car cools down completely all again. Alright guys, so instead of taking everything off, what I've done is I've actually changed the gap on the cam sensor, and then I also changed the gap on the cam sensor, and so far so good. I haven't had any cam errors yet. She's been idling for quite a minute now. I'm actually recording the log as we speak, and I haven't had any cam or crank errors yet. The Lambda's kind of jumping all over the place right now. It's kind of hard to dial these in with the big 1600cc injectors, so the last thing I want is to actually take this thing for a spin and have this thing stall out on me and I cannot get back home. So I'm gonna play with it a little bit in the garage, just kind of give it some revs and go through the RPMs and see what she likes. But definitely a lot better. And like I said, the main thing is that I have not had cam and crank errors yet, so big plus on that. All right guys, so this is the only way you really get to know your car. So before, it wasn't even idling right. Anytime I would step on the gas, she'll lean out or she'll be super rich. Like I said, it's really hard to make any adjustments with some big injectors like this, 1600 cc's. For the most part, what I see online, that some people can kind of get it close and it'll jump around between 12 and 13 for it to be pretty good. So this is where it's at right now. I made some adjustments on my VE table because before it just wasn't revving up freely or anything like that. As you guys can see here now, I'll go ahead and give it some gas and you guys can hear it'll rev up freely throughout the whole VE table. Alright guys, so she's idling a little bit high, but we could adjust that later on. For the moment, we're going to take her around the block and see if she rides right. If not, I might have to, I don't think so, but no cam or angle or cam or crank signal error. So for the time being, fingers crossed and everything is running good. it seems like around 2,000 RPM. On some of the VE cells, I cannot give it gas. So it's the only way we could adjust it, by actually driving it. So in some of those areas, it seemed like it had too much fuel. Hey, some people saying what's up around the block. We're here, boys. We're gonna fix it, make some adjustments, guys, and honestly, with some cleaning up, I feel like we're ready to schedule for a tune, boys. Supers in Vegas 2024, I promise, I'm going. Can't give up with these things, man. So she for sure needs some cleaning up, but a lot better. The main thing is that I haven't lost cam or crank signal, which is the main thing, because that was, as soon as it lost signal, I couldn't get the car to start. Still running good. Coolant temps are 170 degrees. It's idling a little high. We could adjust that still, but man. All right, boys, so it's a new day. We made some changes to the VE table, to the tune, to the base map, whatever you want to call it, and we're gonna go get something to eat. One thing, the monitor, I'm gonna be hoping that I don't lose any cam or crank signal. We're gonna go for a little farther drive. It's kind of cold out, but we're just kind of monitoring things right now and see what happens. I might have to stop at the side of the road, I might not, so we'll see. All right, so that being said, let's go get something to eat. So far so good, nothing crazy. I'm staying on the side of the road in case I have to pull off to the side. Backfires. She's running super rich. Alright, boys, we secured the package. We got the tacos in the back and we're heading home. Alright, guys, so she's still idling. She has not turned off once, not because of the camera crank sensor. That being said, we cleaned up the table as much as we could, as far as like my knowledge goes, as far as me playing with it, going around the block a few times. You know, she's kind of staying close around Lambda target. But that being said, guys, I mean, I don't know what else is left than to actually schedule a tune and take this thing to go get tuned. I'm excited, man. So, and guess what? I didn't even have to change my cam sensor. I didn't have to rewire anything. Everything is good to go. So, to think that this whole time what the issue was the spacing between the cam and the crank sensors. I haven't had one single error at all. So I moved them about 0.025 millimeters away from the actual teeth of the cam and the crank, and they're really flawless. So I'm excited, guys. All right, boys, so that being said, I'm really glad that I could finish this week's video with a positive note. So like I said, the map that it's on there, that's as much as I could clean it up as far as my knowledge goes. And if she stayed running and she took me around the block quite a few times, just trying to mess with the fuel, the VE cells, just so I could get some type of understanding for that. Keep in mind, like last week's video, I said that I wanted to learn a little more as far as like the fueling VE table goes. It's just the tip of the iceberg. I just wanted to get a little bit more familiar on what's what. And we accomplished that as well. On top of that, we don't have no more cam or crank errors or loss of sync or anything like that, so that's a good thing. So that being said, guys, I don't know what else to say. Keep in mind, tuning, getting a tune is a little bit expensive depending on who you go and, you know, all those variables. So keep in mind, from this week's video, it might be like a few weeks or maybe like a month or so before I actually take this thing to go get tuned, because I, you know, got to ruffle up some change to get it scheduled in. So, yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm back. 2024 Supers in Vegas. I'm going to definitely see you guys there. Woo! Stay tuned, boys. Thanks for watching. And as always, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and follow along. It's been, what, 5-6 years already? Long time coming. So, on to the next one. Peace.